Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a great day so far and welcome to today's video, which is going to be a Will I Buy It, where we chat about these new and upcoming makeup releases and decide whether I'm interested in picking them up or not. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so first up, let's talk about this new fragrance from Kilian. This is Blue Moon Ginger Dash. I have really gone back and forth on this one, okay? When I first saw this launch, it looks stunning. I'm a big fan of Kilian as a house. I love their fragrances. I love the performance of their fragrances, and the bottle lured me right in, let me tell you. It looked gorgeous. Then I read the notes and was like, okay, some of them sound great. Some put me slightly off. So lemon, cologne, ginger, vodka, ambroxan, white musk. I love ambroxan. Vodka, lemon, I can kind of sense the freshness and citrusiness of that and how it would all come together with the white musk. That all sounds great. The addition of ginger is what makes me go, I'm not sure that's for me. Just because ginger is not a scent. I don't even like gingerbread men, okay? That's how I feel about ginger. Don't even like the gingerbread man variety. So this was, that kind of what made me go, oh yeah, it's not for me. The very first review I read of this fragrance was abysmal. It was so bad. It was like this person did an immediate scrub and they hated it and they said it was vile. And then I saw a lot of great reviews which kind of reflected my positive thinking about this fragrance, that it's very fresh, it's very light, perfect for summer. And yeah, I don't know, I'm confused. I don't know where I sit. I'm continuing to keep an eye on the reviews. I am intrigued. It's just so wildly not my typical fragrance that I would go for that I'm struggling to get over the finish line. And there's a lot of fragrances I've got my beady eye on at the moment, a lot that I'm more interested in than this one. So it's kind of gone into like my maybe pile. I'm assessing it, I'm feeling out the reviews, but at the moment I think I'm going to pass. It's just so far removed from my typical taste when it comes to fragrance. So I think I'm going to pass, but it really does have me intrigued, okay? I'll say that. Okay, next up, let's talk about the Chanel Le Beige 2023 collection. So this appears that it's going to consist of miniature versions of the cream bronzer, as well as a couple of shades of the Rouge Coco Flash, and then a bottle of the Healthy Glow Illuminating Oil in a travel size. The illuminating oil, that's an easy pass for me. So yeah, I think that one, if I'm remembering correctly, does it not have the, is it Chanel Mademoiselle scent, or is it a different scent? Someone tell me what the scent of that is, because I am allergic, not literally, but just physically. What? I'm not a fan of Chanel fragrances. Most of them I do not like at all. So if that smells of any of the Chanel fragrances, I'm like out straight away. And you know, I don't use a lot of these types of products. I purchased the Baccarat Rouge one because I just love that fragrance and I love the bottle, and I kind of wanted it as like an expensive ornament, but I do love using it when, you know, I wore some on my anniversary. I love it, it's beautiful, but I love the fragrance of that, so that's a bit different. So that is an easy pass for me regardless. If it has the fragrance in it of any of the Chanel perfumes, then even more so, easy of a pass. The lipsticks don't look that tempting to me. You know, there's a red, of course, it's Chanel, and then, you know, a very light nude, not that exciting to me to tickle my pickle enough. In this competitive season of makeup launches, you're going to have to do better than a red and a nude, okay? It's going to take more than that. And then there are the 3 shades of their Soleil Tan bronzer, the reformulated cream bronzer. Now, I do already have the original Soleil Tan de Chanel, which I'm sort of scraping the last remnants of it and trying not to use it up because I know then it's gone forever. I then have the deep one, which they released second in the new formula. And I didn't love it, mostly because the shade was kind of off and it just wasn't as good as the original formula. So I was like, I hate you. That was just how I felt at the time. I'm kind of wanting to give the medium shade a go because I see a lot of people liking it, and that shade would obviously be much better for me than either the light or the deep ones that I already own. So I'm kind of tempted by this, especially because it's a travel size, so it's less investment to try something or give something a second chance. So I think I might pick up the medium travel size to just give that product another go with a different shade. I want to love it. So like, I like the idea of it. I love the original. I want to love it, and I'm going to try and force it down my own throat just one more time. So that's the only item I plan to pick up from that collection. Next up, we have the summer collection from Tom Ford. This is the Soleil collection 2023. We have 2 eyeshadow palettes. They are Tropical Dusk and Island Haze. They sound like new quads to me. I don't recognize those names. Usually we love a re-promote at Tom Ford. I don't think these are re-promotes, or are they? Do you guys know? Let me know in the comment section down below. Regardless, they may not be re-promoted quad names, but we've definitely seen these colour stories before, haven't we? These definitely are re-promoted ideas, aren't they? We've definitely had these colour stories from Tom Ford 400 times. I do love this bronze packaging. That lip spark as well looks gorgeous. That's like a sort of lip balm, tinted lip balm. I don't really need that. The highlighter is teasing me. It's teasing me. A highlighter from Tom Ford. We don't get a lot of those types of products from Tom Ford. It does look very gold. So I don't know that it might not work for my skin tone. That might be an overspray. I'm not 100% sure, but I do love that packaging, and I do love cheek products from Tom Ford. So that's definitely a maybe. As long as I can use that and it's in a shade that will work for my skin tone, I'm very interested in that. That's luring me in. Okay, with its gold shininess. Next up, we have a new primer from Beauty Blender. This is the Firming and Smoothing Peptide Primer. It claims 18-hour smoothing and firming plus It claims to be a cooling primer with firming peptides and ceramides that grip makeup for up to 18 hours and lock in hydration for up to 24 hours. It has a radiant finish for normal, oily, dry, or combination skin. So is that not all of the skins? Oh, they've left out sensitive. Intriguing. So I am intrigued by this. I am intrigued by it because it's claiming to be a very smoothing primer, but then also says it has a radiant finish, which is quite a rare combination in this town, okay? Usually you get like smoothing silicone-y type of primers, and then you get like hydrating glowy primers. This is claiming to be both, which is intriguing. But do you know what? Beauty Blender, outside of the sponge, I don't trust them. Don't trust them to come out with a fantastic product. They've been very erratic as far as their makeup releases. I'm not 100% sure they shouldn't have stuck to sponges. The brushes, mistakes were made. The foundation, many mistakes were made. So I don't trust them with my face, is what I'm saying. I'm not 100% sure that is going to do the things that it's claiming to do. This is a wait for review for me because I like the claims. I'm just not confident in the brand to deliver on those claims. I'm sorry. That's how trust is earned here, okay? I'm not just giving it out for free. Next up, we have these new, I don't know if I can say the name of these. It's the Squirt Plumping Gloss Sticks from MAC. Why? Why are they called that? I literally can't think. It makes me feel that is not one of my favourite words, okay? I feel very uncomfortable just saying it out loud. And I don't understand. What is the link here? What's the connection between these lip plumping sticks and squirt? I don't understand what that word's doing there. Is that a typo? Should that be there? Why is it there? I don't understand it. I'm baffled, frankly. But let's try and get past the name. These look delightful. They very much remind me of many of these lip products that I love from Hourglass, from Charlotte Tilbury, from Tarte. They all have, this is like the go-to lip product of 2023 and a little bit of 2022. So I like that. There are some strange colours here. like among these swatches, there's some interesting, I mean, there's like a whole purple one, a bright yellow. So, I mean, that is MAC. They are very much like an artist's brand, aren't they? They always have some like funky colours when it comes to eye lip products and just, you know, multitasking products. These look great. I love the sound of a lot of this. It's plumping. You know how I feel about plumping, but they also claim to be juicy, glossy colour in a stick, which all sounds great. Menthol crystals, which give that cooling, tingling sensation, which I much prefer to the burning option. I'd rather be cooled than burned. Okay, that's the answer to that dilemma, if you were wondering. So they sound nice and nourishing, but yeah, I'm not 100% sure. I am wildly put off by the name of them and the fact that it says tints, and I'm still slightly like burned from the Rare Beauty ones when, you know, I spent 6 weeks trying to get them off my lips when I was finished using them. So I'm kind of on the fence. I again kind of want to see swatches and reviews first, but a lot of this sounds good apart from the S word and apart from the tint, which is making me slightly nervous. But I'm willing to give them a try. They look delightful and very, very juicy and fruity and perfect for this time of year. So what do you guys think? Help me, help me, help you. Next up, we have these Uoma Double Take Skin Perfecting Blush Duos. I think these are a pass for me. I do love a good blush, but these, oh wait a minute. This is why you have to read the information first, okay? I thought these were all matte. And I was looking at the photos and thinking, they look quite flat. They look a little powdery formula-wise. But as I'm reading the information, don't judge a book by its cover. When will I learn? As I'm reading the information, they are saying that there's like in between the pans, there is a satin matte and then a luminous shimmer blush. Okay, I was just going to say this is a skip, this is a pass, because I don't love a super matte blush. I don't like a heavy looking blush. And now that I know that there's a glowy and a matte, I'm changing my mind live here. You heard it here first, okay? This is breaking news. She's changing her mind like she does every time. No one's surprised, Charlotte. But I don't think, to be fair, I've ever changed my mind literally mid-sentence before. So, you know, this is something new. But yeah, I'm definitely going to pick up one of these now. Have you guys tried these? When will I learn to read the information? Never, probably. You can't teach an old dog new tricks, so they say. Okay, next up, Stila have released some new shades of the Heaven's Dew highlighter. Now, if you are an OG YouTube watcher, viewer, the sight of these just warms my cockles, okay? I see these highlighters and my cockles are instantly warmed. Does that mean I want to buy them? No, it doesn't. I didn't love these at the time when they first came out, like 46 odd years ago. I wasn't a big fan of these. I think we've moved so far on in the meantime that this sort of, you know, cream to powder, that it was the putty highlighters, it's just not for me anymore. And they are, you know, very like kind of shimmery, sparkly, glittery. I wasn't a big fan of working with that formula initially, so new shades are not going to tempt me in. But I do appreciate the nostalgia. I do appreciate the trip down memory lane, just seeing this image. But yeah, I feel like we've moved on, and I'm happy to leave those in 2016. Whatever year it was that we last used them. Next up, let's talk about these launches from Benefit. First of all, we have these bronze blush duos. I'm kind of interested in these. I don't know what's happening because it says in Trend Mood's post that these are available now in Europe, and I do live in Europe and I can't find them. So it must be elsewhere in Europe. Please let us know if they are available in your country. I like the look of these. I don't like original Hula. It doesn't really work for me. But, so I guess I would have to pick up the Hula Caramel, which is partnered with Terra, which looks like a combo I could get on board with. I was quite intrigued by the Benefit blushes, so I wouldn't mind trying them out and giving Hula Caramel a try as well, because I've tried Hula but not Hula Caramel, and I hate the little boxes that everything comes in. I hate that. So the fact that these are, you know, the great cheek products that Benefit has without the stupid boxes, a match made in heaven. Now's my time to shine. I can finally get on board with some Benefit cheek products because they don't come in the little boxes that I really hate with a vengeance. So yes, I definitely would like to pick one of these up. I hope they're coming here. I like the look of these. I even might purchase the Hoola with Shelly as well, because the look of Shelly, that blush looks very, very cute and very, very pretty and perfect for spring. So yeah, I am excited for these. I'm excited for a Benefit launch. Finally, it's only been 25 years. They are also for summer coming out with these Suns Up Butter Balms, which have some quite interesting packaging there. It sort of reminds me of the poop emoji. Is that just me? I hope it's not just me. I think it's interesting packaging. I'm not sure it's what I would have gone for, but that's what they've gone for and I have to allow it. So these are hydrating, conditioning, nourishing lip balms. Feel buttery soft, leave lips with glossy colour, 4 shades to match the duos, the cheek duos. These do look nice. I'm slightly alarmed, or it's not alarmed. I'm fine. I'm not concerned, but I'm slightly turned off by the packaging. I'll say that. But Desert Retreat looks delightful. That looks lovely on those lips. They look nice, perfect type of summer lip product. Little bit of colour, lots of nourishing ingredients. I like the look of this. And I've really been rooting for Benefit. I've really been wanting to get excited about their products. It's just been hard. It's been hard for me these last few years. But I'm on board with these new products. I like where they're going. I like this direction. Please stay moving in it, I beg you. Next up, let's talk about these YSL Nu Halo Tint Highlighters with vitamin E. So there are 3 shades of these. They're a hydrating liquid highlighter formulated with superfine, light reflecting micro pearls to give naturally radiant, glowing skin. I haven't really got on board with the YSL Nu line of products yet, and I'm not sure that this is going to be the product that kind of pushes me over into Purchase Town when it comes to that line. I like the description, but when I'm looking at the images of the model, I'm not sure about it. I'm not really a big liquid fan. I feel like some of these pictures, this one in particular that I'll put up now, I feel like this really looks like it's enhancing the texture on that model, and I promise that model has less texture than me, I'm sure of it. So I don't think that's a good sign. I'm not 100% sure that the colours here are crying out for me to purchase them. The pink, the rosy quartz shade looks very rosy. The bronzy shade is too deep for me, so that would be the gold shade that would be left, and I'm not loving it. The images are not they're not really floating my boat, tickling my pickle, dragging me over the fence into Purchase Town. They're just saying, hi, I'm average. That's what they're saying to me. I'm so sorry. And finally, let's talk about this eyeshadow palette from Byredo. This is the Remembrance limited edition eyeshadow palette. Here's the thing about this. When I first saw the images of this palette, I was like, one, I don't like this flat, square. I don't like the layout of these eyeshadow palettes. They very much remind me, is it Makeup Revolution? There was a brand that's in Boots years ago, and MUA, is that what the brand was called? And that's what they remind me of, the layout and just the style of this palette. I don't love it. It doesn't scream luxury for me. And if I'm going to pay £6,000 for an eyeshadow palette, I want it needs to scream luxury. It needs to look aesthetically pleasing. And this something about this layout just bothers me, and I couldn't tell you what it is. I'm weird. I'm crazy. Okay, don't be like me. I don't love it. The outside of the packaging, I don't know. Again, it doesn't speak to me. It doesn't tickle my pickle. It doesn't look like something I want to have out. I just don't love it aesthetically. And this is really expensive palette. I want and need to love everything about it. That's number one. Second of all, this has got to be, other than a couple of shades, the most unnecessary colour story I've seen in living memory. bar a couple. It's just very like, oh, we've all seen these colours a million times. That was my first impression. I'm going to hold on. Bear with me. That was my first impression. Like, why are we bothering? That has been so done. Then everyone who actually picked this palette up or got their mitts on it and swatched it was saying it's so much prettier in person, in reality. Once you swatch it and you actually see it in person, it's so much prettier and actually more special and more unique than it looks just in the promo images. So that then like made me go, oh wait, maybe. But ultimately, I just really feel like I have all of these shades. I have all of these tones. This is a very expensive eyeshadow palette. And you know what? There's a mothership like right round the corner. A new mothership palette will be coming out in the next couple of months, okay? I also highly suspect Lisa Eldridge is going to give us more eyeshadow palettes this year, and I just know I'll get a lot more joy and use out of those than I will this. So yeah, for that reason, I've decided not to purchase it. It nearly got me, let me tell you, it nearly got me. Okay, when people started saying it was way nicer in real life and reality and a bit more unique and special than it looks, I was like starting to head my finger towards the add to shopping cart button, but I snatched it back and I reminded myself what is coming around the corner. That is always such a good technique if you're trying to stop yourself purchasing unnecessary products. Just remember what's coming next, because if it excites you more, wait for that, okay? Like, I know Charlotte Tilbury is coming out with something soon. I don't know what it is, but it's been time. She hasn't come out with a big launch since her liquid blushes. I feel like something big is coming from Charlotte Tilbury. I know something big is coming from Lisa Eldridge because she decided not to do her luxuriously lucent new shades for the spring. So she's going to be doing something else. And whatever it is, I want it already. And we know a Pat McGrath mothership is due as well in the not too distant future. All of that excites me a billion, quadrillion, infinity more than that Byredo palette. So that made it an easy pass. And I'm more than happy to share my techniques with you guys as always. So there you have it. Those are all of these new and upcoming makeup releases and my thoughts on what I will and won't be picking up. Please let me know what of these products, if anything, you are really excited for, what's tickling your pickle, what you're passing on, what you're waiting for. Tell me everything. I just want to know everything. All of the tea. But I hope you enjoyed this video and I would love to see you in the next one. Otherwise, take care for now. Bye.